Hey everyone, welcome to Moms That Conquer. I am your host, Julie Rodriguez. We're going to do things a little different here today. We are really going to do things differently. But first, I would like to welcome any new followers that we have. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all of those that have been following our journey, my journey specifically, and anyone else that comes on to join us and feels comfortable enough to speak from experience on what it is that they're going through based off of the topic. So, for those of you that are new here, I normally have a beautiful amazing guest next to me. It depends on who it is. And we really go over one specific general topic. And I ask them questions in reference to things that they have experienced based off of that one topic. However, new year, new goals, new changes, and we're going to switch things up a little bit. Cool? Cool.
Cool.
As most of you guys may know from our previous segments, if you haven't watched them, go back. This is the wonderful one and only Content Kim.
Hello.
Hello. She is the girl that makes the magic happen on Moms That Conquer. So you're probably wondering how you guys are recording without anyone behind the camera, but I guess we
We
got
made it work.
skills. We
Yeah,
got
we made it
skills.
work.
So what we're doing today, and you always wonder what we're doing when I bring you here. So this is new. Get comfortable. Shake it off. Shake off. We're only gonna have positive energy in our lives. So what we're doing today is Mom Talk Wednesday,
Sounds
right?
fun.
So we're just gonna have a formal conversation. I wouldn't necessarily say formal, because some people may think that this is a very sensitive topic.
Yeah, for sure.
Because for me personally, it is, and I think a lot of women struggle with things like this. So we're gonna powwow. We're gonna talk it out. We're gonna give you guys some suggestions, some tips, some advice. We may cry a little. Who knows? But welcome to Mom Talk Wednesday. Yay!
Welcome.
Welcome to the party.
My goal for this time is to not cry. I think I cry like on every
It's okay.
episode.
It's
That's the
okay.
goal today.
It's
No
okay if you
tears.
do cry. You know why? Because sometimes I want to cry. I think I did a segment. I don't think I know. I know. Remind me, guys. I did a segment about mental health, and that was really deep for me. And
Yeah.
it took a lot for me to not let the tears out. But the point of this is to be truly transparent to yourself and those that are watching, because I don't. I feel like if we don't,
It's
people are
not
gonna think
real.
we're fake.
Word.
We're not. We're hashtag real all the time,
It's
and we have
true.
emotions, and we go through the same thing that you guys go through. So we're human. We're women. We're strong, independent, more than conquerors. Get it done. Your face looks real skinny, girl. You're looking.
Thanks. I've been looking at it the whole time
Yes,
too.
I mean, come
I've been a little
on. Can you
conceited
guys?
right now.
Do you guys recall? We're gonna get right into it. Right. This we had her
Pregnant
pregnant
for the second time.
for the second time.
Word.
We discussed entrepreneurship. We
Yeah.
discussed the struggles of having two under two children.
For
And
real.
now we're here. And she's not pregnant, but she's looking real fine. Okay.
Thank you.
And I think this is perfect to call out based off of our what we're gonna discuss today. So what we are. Yeah,
We are going
what
to.
we are going to. We learn English every day, guys. It's the New York in me. I think I say this all the time. Whatever. Our topic of discussion today, or I wouldn't necessarily say topic. It is topic, sensitive topic. Is body dysmorphic, right? People call it body dysmorphia, dysmorphic. It all depends on how you look it up, your terminology, what your description is. So before we get going, I just want to let you guys know, we are not therapists. We may reference God, but we are not pastors. We are speaking from experience. So if you know anyone, or if you personally are going through something like this, please seek help, as we always do. Pray to God, because we're going through it ourselves, and we cannot um, guide you, or we can try to guide you as we are guiding ourselves. But we are all learning. So please do your research, get a therapist. If you go to betterhelp.com, you can definitely find a therapist there. Okay? Cool. Do you agree?
Sounds good. I agree. We're basically here to just show you that you're not alone.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. That's right. Okay. So, body dysmorphic disorder is a mental health condition in which you can't stop thinking about one or more perceived defects or flaws in your appearance, right? So a flaw that appears minor to us, but for somebody that is suffering from this condition, it can't be seen by others, right? Because I hate my eyebrows, but they might think you have the most amazing eyebrows, but emotionally I'm suffering so bad because I hate my eyebrows.
Yeah.
Right? You may feel so embarrassed, super embarrassed, ashamed. It causes anxiety, anxiousness. And based off of my research, these people that go through that specific disorder, they avoid so many social situations or social functions. And I believe it's because the cameras are everywhere.
Cameras, people, opinions, people who can see.
Yeah.
I chuckled because I recall, and we'll get into detail, but I recall when we were it was like what, a month postpartum, and we had that birthday party, that Sweet 16, and I literally was just not going to go because I could not find an outfit. And so I chuckled because it literally brought me back to me like crying on the phone with you, like I'm not going because I don't like, people are going to expect me to look skinnier, and I wasn't. So we'll get into details.
But that's a good point, right? Because we're going right into it, because it brings us into the social pressure that you receive from those that are around, not necessarily those that are around you, but social media,
yeah, with everybody's snapbacks,
right?
Or like in general, like you don't even need social media. You just, you know that like you have certain family members that like are gonna be judgmental, and it's like I remember the first time I had my baby, I know my stepfather didn't mean it, but he was like, "Oh my God, you pregnant again?" Like 2 days after I gave birth, and it's just like, bro, I just had a baby. I'm swollen. What do you mean?
Yeah, and I think that when I was reading, doing my research, because quick notes, but I looked at it historically, and I always thought that it was a woman thing.
Yeah.
But men go through this too.
Yeah.
There are men that have so many insecurities within themselves. And for a man, right, it's a pressure. Like you have to have this manly
muscular
personality. You have to be strong. You have to be macho. You can't be weak. You can't show sign of weakness.
Yeah.
You have to be always holding it together, but you're not perfect. These men are not perfect.
That's a really good point. I feel like for women it's appearance wise, and for men it's emotional wise. Like
it is.
Yeah, like we have to like look good, and men have to act right.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah, and I feel like with women, we put so much pressure on these men to say that they don't understand, but what if they do?
Yeah.
Right? What if you guys do understand what we're going through? Although you don't have children, some of you don't push children out, but you've been through change. There's some of you men that have lost weight, gained weight, been skinny, have no muscles.
It's so funny that you bring that up, because I was actually thinking about this the other day, and I feel like men go through such a mental struggle postpartum. I know that we're not talking about that, but in general, because we're going through all the struggles, and they're legit just watching us like, damn, I did that. Like, I'm the reason that she feels that way.
It's a blame game.
And it's a blame game. And I really feel like my partner sometimes feels awful from all the health, like my health decline and my weight decline and my depression, because had I not had these kids, I would not be this person.
Right.
And I think they secretly do feel bad, but they don't know how to say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because we're the ones carrying
it's y'all
them.
fault.
Yeah, we're the ones carrying them, we're the ones pushing them, we're the ones dealing with the hormonal imbalance, and then we'll never, like, our body will never be the same.
And for those women that do, heaven sent, that's what y'all are, because it's a lot. And this is not only for women that have children.
Kids. In general, body dysmorphia is so universal.
It is
absolutely,
it's absolutely universal.
And I feel like when it comes, it's so different for anyone's situation. Like postpartum is so different from body dysmorphia of those who don't have kids, right? Like we're struggling with a different kind of a body dysmorphia versus like someone else who is maybe like super overweight. And you know what? And not even that. I feel like people only associate body dysmorphia with those who are overweight.
It's not only that.
But there are tons of people that are underweight who legit cry because they cannot gain weight.
That's right.
And people are always bullying those who are underweight because they expect them to be happy that they're skinny. Like
Yeah.
you need to
That's
be happy that you're
society.
skinny.
Right.
Like this is the goal. Like I
Right.
wish I looked like you. Like why are you so ungrateful?
Yeah.
And it's just like those people are also struggling with their own body dysmorphia. Like, but I don't want to be this
Yeah.
way.
And it's not necessarily only weight, it's your overall appearance.
And appearance
right?
as well.
Like
Yes.
I used a silly example before, but it could go that far to your
Yeah.
eyebrows, to your eyes, to your fingers, to your
Yeah.
feet, to your kneecaps, you know,
Yeah.
like whatever it is that you're just so insecure about, and it drills that into your mind that you have no control over your own thoughts, because all you think about is that one sense of
Yeah.
insecurity that you have, and you drown in that emotion.
Yeah. For
And
sure.
I only say this because I'm speaking from experience,
Yeah.
right? And we'll get a little personal here. For those of you that do not know, that do not know me on a personal level, I have struggled with my weight after I had children, and within the last 3 years, I've lost 125 pounds. So, round of applause to myself. I'm super proud of myself. It's been a struggle mentally. I've always felt beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, it really is the confidence.
It is the
because
confidence.
this girl, listen.
Listen, I've always felt beautiful. I think that has a lot to do with my personality and who I am as a person. But I struggle.
Yeah.
Right. I struggled from having not having children and being 145 pounds to then having children going up to the 200s to then losing weight and being back in the 100s.
Yeah.
So I struggled with that, and this is the reason why I decided that this is something that we need to speak about, right? Because I've always kept it so personal to me. If you didn't know me, you would never know what I go through mentally.
Yeah.
But I had a hard time lately, right? Because I look at social media, and I have to drown myself from. I mean, I have to seclude myself from that sometimes. But I look at old pictures of myself, and I had a 6-pack, and my stomach was flat. But and I always think back to being that person.
Yeah.
Right. Um, but I've realized within the last 2 weeks, if I'm being honest, that I'm not going to be that person anymore, ever again. Um, and that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Um, I have grown so much mentally. Ooh, we got deep here. And I really have to just sit back and be so proud of who I've become and all of my hard work. And not only have I grown mentally, I have grown physically. I have just overall become such a better person. And I cannot sit back and really analyze every little thing about myself that I'm going to dislike. Right. Um, Not only that, I notice, and I'm so grateful for all of the individuals that I surround myself with, because people are so positive. I have such positive energy around me, and there's nobody, not one person in my life that has made me feel insecure with myself.
Yeah.
So lately, um, it took a whole consultation with plastic surgery later.
I was gonna ask if you're gonna share that.
I was gonna share that. I'm gonna share that. We're getting real deep today.
We're getting honest.
We're gonna be truly transparent. It took a whole consultation with plastic surgery to finally sit down and say, I love myself. And I'm not perfect. And there's going to be so many things that I dislike about myself, but it all takes confidence. And it's gonna be hard. But I just have to really remind myself that I'm amazing.
Yeah.
I'm great. I'm beautiful. I am sexy. I have 4 amazing children. Not only did I carry them, I carried twins.
Yeah.
And that was the hardest experience of my life. And then I went through weight loss surgery, and that was also mentally hard. So
physically hard as well.
Physically, emotionally, it was so draining. It is so hard. It was so hard. And I don't give myself enough credit. So here I am, right? Here I am picking this topic because I deserve credit. You deserve credit. All of you women and men that struggle with issues, insecurities, you guys all deserve credit, because it's so hard. It is so hard to love yourself, to love your appearance, but you can do it.
I agree.
Man, that was like, woof. I had to let that all
good
out.
Though, right?
That absolutely
it's a good
did.
weight to
that
take off.
Y'all in here with me. We in here together.
No, for real. I feel like it's a constant. I feel like even with your journey and just anyone's journey, it's a constant battle of mourning yourself.
It is. That is so good.
Yeah.
You are mourning the
The old you, and
you.
you're just like consistently mourning yourself where you're not able to appreciate where you are now, that by the time that you get to your next section where you're going to mourn the current present self, it's like, damn, I really never appreciated that girl, because
Right.
where I'm at now, I would have loved to be in my shoes
Mhm.
today. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, it's just a constant mourning. And it's
Don't you
like,
realize too, like speaking of that, like you look back at those pictures where
yes.
you were like, oh my God, I'm so fat. And now you look at those
And it's
pictures
like,
and you're like, damn,
damn,
girl, who is
who's
that?
that? Like,
Right.
I just want to look like this. And you're like, you always have that next picture where it's always where you were being unappreciative.
Right.
And then it's like, that's your next goal.
But do you realize all the goals, and this is for you guys too, right? All the goals that you try to accomplish um, for yourself, where you say, this is who I want to look like, you're going backwards.
Oh, for sure.
You're not going
Yeah,
forward.
you're never
And the
going
point
forward.
of
Yeah.
change and growth is to go forward and become a better version of yourself. Who wants to go backwards? You don't want to go backwards. You got to go forward. So figure out ways to, and it's easier said than done, right? But figure out ways how to move forward and find new things that you love about yourself,
For
right?
sure.
So that way you're not going
Constantly
so
mourning.
deep,
Yeah. And always living in the past.
living in the past, mourning what you historically loved
For
about
sure.
yourself.
It's always, you know what? And it's learning how to love yourself in the present, because if you're not mourning the past, you're looking towards the future. Like, this is my new goal. So it's like, it's never, it's, I guess the way that you can do it, because it's not bad to have goals, and it's not bad to have inspiration. It's not bad to have that end product that you want to reach, but it's loving yourself during the journey, because it's like, hey, I have this, I wish I was this so bad. I wish I was this again. And then you have this, is like, I want to be this so bad, but like, you're here. Like,
That's good. Yeah.
you know, and it's easier said than done, because I feel like everyone struggles with it. You know what I mean?
It
And
does. And this is a question for our men, right? I
yeah,
think we should ask our men too, right? Do you guys feel like, to Kimberly's point before, that you are surrounded by women in your life, mothers, wives, girlfriends, whoever it is, that you feel sorry for them
yeah,
because of what they're going through? Or but you feel sorry for them because you're going through it yourself. You're just
yeah,
not sharing that with anybody.
yeah.
Because men go through it. I'm telling you, men go through it.
No, they do. They truly do. And I feel like it also, like, I think you brought it up, where it's like who you surround yourself with to make
Absolutely.
you feel,
Right.
even though it's very important to make yourself feel beautiful, but having a supportive team environment also helps you feel beautiful and confident in yourself, because you don't have it yet. You know what I mean? So like, borrowing it from someone is okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like my partner truly makes me feel beautiful, even though I don't. So like, I'll look in the mirror and I'm like, what? And he'll come and he'll grab me, and it's like, it makes me feel a little bit more confident, because that's like, granted, I want to love myself, but he's the one who's seeing me. You know what I mean? And he's the one who, I don't want to say I want to impress, but I do want to impress. You know what I mean? Like, that's my man.
Okay.
And for him to love me after 2 kids, and me, like, seeing me from 19 years old, guys, I'm about to be 29 in 3 days. See me from 19 years old to 29 years old. It's a huge transition, you know, with 2 kids.
From 18 to 37.
Yeah, you know,
It's
so
a
it's
lot.
like, damn, you still love me, and you still find me attractive, and you still find me sexy, and you still want to explore, and this, like, that also makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah, and that's good that you brought that up too, because I cannot speak from a man's mind, right? So this is why I love men followers. However, I do feel like it is a turnoff for men to be surrounded by an insecure woman.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
Right? So yes, you want to impress your man, then impress your man.
Yeah.
He knows you're not perfect. So what is it that you can do to make yourself feel confident around your man, even if you feel a little insecure when he's not there, right? I mean, obviously you got to love yourself. It's important. But I think, and men, correct me if I'm wrong, it's a little bit of a turn off to see a woman insecure
Down and out.
and moping around in tights and Ain't that wrong with
no,
tights,
I need to stop that. I wrote that down here. I put the leggings phenomenon because
it's like
ever since I had kids, all I wear is leggings. I'm like, yo, I need some jeans. I was going on Shein. I was like, I need some cute, like new little, not even just lingerie, but like I see you in your little cute pajama sets, and it's just like it's silk, it's cute, it's lace, and it's like. It's a little turn on because you're walking around with your little booty out, and it's like, damn, I want some of that. Not little, but you know what I mean? Like,
I'll take a little booty. I got a little booty.
It's like I want some of that, you know, because you're walking with confidence and it's sexy. And it's like, wow, like, you know, my girl's feeling herself. You know what I mean?
It took time for me to get that way.
Yeah,
and I'm loving this conversation, right? Because it took. One thing about me, I've always taken care of myself.
Yeah.
If I was 300 pounds or 120 pounds, like I've always had. TMI, guys, forgive me, but nice panties, matching bras, lingerie, pajamas, cute clothes, beautiful clothes, sexy clothes, right? Some people might think I could look a little slutty, right?
Yeah.
Because of the clothes that I wear, but to me they're sexy. It's a sexy appearance. I'm okay. It's okay for me to feel sexy.
Yeah.
So one thing about myself, so that I can balance that sense of security and confident, is I find ways to feel good about myself, even if it's a simple pajama, or a nice matching bra and panties. So that's a trick for you ladies, right?
Yeah.
And I know, and I'm so glad you brought this up because we literally just had this conversation when we were talking about pajamas. She's like, "You have matching pajamas?
Oh my god, your pajamas are so nice!" And it was just a simple top,
and I'm like,
silk. It's just like this, and I'm like, oh, I wish, because for me it's sweats, and an oversized tee. Oh my god, and the sports bras.
No,
all I have are
the stain
my
ones.
man with my milk stains. My man probably thinks he's dating a jock or something like that.
But this is perfect, right? Because this is one good tip. Get dressed to get dressed.
Yeah.
You don't have to go anywhere to get dressed and feel beautiful. Put some makeup on, feel sexy, right? Sit around in some sexy pajamas so you can feel good about yourself. I feel like that helps bring confidence to a whole nother level. Plus size women too. I was plus size, so I'm speaking from experience. They have it for you.
Yeah.
You can do it. You can get sexy things and still feel good about yourself.
I completely agree.
Tip number 1. Get that confidence and get dressed. And get dressed.
And it's the same thing like how you feel like when you are like, okay, like I'm going to start working out. Let me get myself some new gym clothes.
That's right.
And you put on those new gym clothes and it gives you that sense of motivation. Like, oh, like I got the fit. Like,
but it's a
this
treat.
Is cute. And it's a treat, right?
It's a treat.
And it's like, treat yourself.
Right.
Like literally buy yourself some nice pajamas, some sexy lingerie. Put your makeup. Yo, if you're not going nowhere, I don't care. Put your makeup on. The other night, I put my makeup on at 6:30 p.m.
Right.
6:30 p.m. because all day I was literally in bed moping.
Right.
I don't even know if it was a
you were feeling sorry for yourself.
But I was feeling sorry for myself. And my man walks in and he goes like, "You okay?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm just not feeling it today." And mind you, the house is a mess. Obviously, I'm not going to feel it even more. My house is a mess. I'm walking around, my house is a mess.
And they don't want to come home to that.
Yeah, I'm in my freaking joggers and my sports bra and my long shirt, you know what I mean? And I was like, ew, like this for me, like I want to be attracted to this. And not to say that it's about attracted, but like I wasn't even attracted to myself at that point. So I literally got up, took a quick 5-minute shower while my man went to the supermarket, put on a cute little crop top. I had to put on a different pair of jogging pants because I don't got you.
Switched it up, but she did it.
And I did my makeup and I walked to the kitchen and I was cleaning. He goes, it was like a whole switch. He's like, you did your makeup? I was like, yeah, I feel better. I put my makeup on. I did this. He goes, that's good. I'm proud of you. Like, I'm glad you feel good.
Moping around is not going to solve anything.
Yeah, it's not going to make you mope more.
You're going to feel so sorry for yourself. You're going to continue to feel sorry for yourself. And that's going to continue to be a turnoff, not only for your man, those that you surround yourself, but for yourself. Yeah. If you look in the mirror and you are not happy with how you look, do something about it.
Yep.
That's the only thing that you can do. Do something about it, right? I personally dislike my stomach. I've had 4 children. However, I do not work out. I hate working out. But I've recently started working out, which I'm so proud of myself. Because to me, it's like everybody that knows me and I know myself, workout is not my thing. Like my husband and I have been together for almost 20 years. And when he saw me working out, he was like, wait, hold on. You're doing what? Like, are you sick? Like, what is happening? Because I just don't do it.
Yeah.
But to me, if I want to make a change,
Yeah.
I gotta be the change.
Yeah.
I gotta do it.
What does it say? If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
You're part of the problem.
Yep.
You are part of the
so
problem.
True. And I also feel like when you are working out, you feel more confident because you know that you're doing something to change the problem. Like,
right.
You might not be at your goal. It takes a while to get to
Mhm.
your goal, but like you're doing the thing, and it's
You're
like
making the change.
yeah, like, oh my god, this is my third day working out. You got a little bit more excited.
The butt grows a little bit.
Your
You
butt
know,
grows
you
a
feel
little from that little pump.
confident.
You're like, damn, like I can't wait to work on my butt tomorrow.
Right.
You know, but it also not only does it boost your confidence and ego, but it also boosts your sex drive
Oh yeah.
entirely, because
We need to
you're
talk about
feeling
that
more
one day.
confident, and you're like, damn, like I look
Mhm.
good. Like I can't wait to, you know,
I can't wait
to pop it up.
It does. That's so. I love this,
Mhm.
right? And please comment, guys, and let us know if you're feeling the same way. I think this is so
Yeah.
important, like, because we are too ashamed
Yeah.
of the things that we go through as women.
Mhm.
We are as humans. I'm not going to only say women, right? Because this is an open platform,
Yeah.
but we are too ashamed of discussing things like that. I like this. Excuse me. We are
Mhm.
too ashamed to talk about sex. We are
Yeah.
too ashamed to talk about these things. This is a part of life.
It really
We
is.
struggle. We get ugly. We get fat. We get skinny. We hate
Mhm.
ourselves sometimes. We do not want to have sex with our spouses sometimes because
Yeah.
we're not confident in
Yeah.
ourselves. Build your confidence. There's only one way up, right?
Mhm.
And not
It's so
only
true.
that, I want to go back to my new book, right? So I'm no pastor, right?
No,
But I
but
do.
he is.
He is, and we believe in God.
Yeah.
We're very our family is very passionate about God, right?
Mhm.
This is called Do the New You, and it's so interesting that I'm reading this book and we are discussing this topic right
Yeah.
now, right? Because Stephen Furtick um, did created this book, wrote this book, and he designed it to have 6 mindsets to become who you were created to be
Oh, that's
by
nice. I was
God,
trying to read it
right?
while you were talking.
Right. So 6 mindsets to become who you were created to be by God, right?
Mhm.
So God knows what you're gonna be.
Yeah. Everything's pre-planned.
Pre-planned, right? So, but we're not gonna go there. But I do want to touch base on some things that he said in this book that made me just really just say, girl, right? So one part of the book, and again, this is after he does his Bible verses, and this is all surrounding
religion,
Christianity,
Christianity.
right?
Just a heads up.
Yeah. So if you are interested, go find it, go read it. It's an amazing book. I'm still reading it, but so far I've got highlights for days. But this is based off of not necessarily looks.
Mhm.
This is just becoming a better version of yourself. But I think when you become a better version of yourself, it all has to do with your own insecurities as
Oh,
well,
for sure.
right? So he says, yes, you make mistakes and have weaknesses. We all do. Don't you think an all knowing God knew that when he created you before the foundation of the world? So basically, he knew
Yeah.
your weaknesses. He knew your mistakes and your
Mhm.
struggles, right? He
Mhm.
knew you were going to be in that bed and be hating yourself at that very
Yep.
moment to get up, right? But instead of blaming yourself, rejecting yourself, hating yourself, or running from yourself, you can accept yourself,
Oh, I love that.
right?
Yeah.
I love that. I got chills, right? Accept your true self with a capital S,
Mhm.
because it's the version of you that God created. It's the new you.
That's nice.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
right? Like, and then he also called out, when you don't feel like you're enough, don't fall into the trap of trying to be everything and do everything on your own. Tell yourself, I'm enough because God knew I would be here. He knew I would need for this situation. If he put me in the situation, he put his strength in me.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it so beautiful?
It's so reassuring.
It is absolutely reassuring.
And yeah, and like we said, we don't we're not trying to be pastors, but things like this truly help with being rest assured that you're normal, you're okay.
Yes.
Everything that you're going through is supposed to be what you're going through,
It's
and
meant to
that's
happen.
fine.
It's
You
meant
know what
to
I mean?
happen.
Accept it. Don't shy away from it.
Right.
And to get off religion, kind of throw it into an analogy that I learned in the summer. This woman, she shared something that was actually a really great analogy, and it was stating that it was a cow and a bull, and it was stating that cows during storms shy away. And so they run away from the storm, run away. Eventually, the storm is going to catch up to them, right? Because the storm is going this way and the cow's running the same way. Versus bulls, they run towards the storm because they know that they're going to get past it. Here's this cloud that has a storm. You have a cow that's running this way. The cloud's going that way. It's going to catch up to you, but you want to be a bull and you want to run through the storm and accept the storm because you know that there's the end of the cloud right over here.
And it's okay to rest to the storm, just like a butterfly.
Exactly. Right? So it's like, it's to bring it back to that, it's kind of like accepting your storm, whatever your storm is. And obviously right now, the storm that we're speaking of is body dysmorphia, but accepting that storm because you know that you're going to make your way out of it versus shying away from it. And the storm is always going to catch up back to you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy. I love that.
Yeah.
And read things like that, guys. Read books like this, right? Because if you drill that positive energy into your mind, you become a positive person.
For sure.
Right?
I completely
work
agree.
out. Do things that are out of your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone.
It's so big. We say that a lot in every single video, but it's because it's the
so
truth.
True.
I forget the
I know that we're moms that conquer, but what do they say, right? You're more than a conqueror. You can conquer so much in life in general. And that has a lot to do with who you are as an individual. And you have to get uncomfortable to be comfortable.
It's so true. It's so true.
So let's go back, right, a little bit to the definition of body dysmorphia. I looked up 5 symptoms of body dysmorphic disorder. No therapists, no doctors, Google, baby, right? People with this disorder may frequently examine their appearance in a mirror, constantly compare their appearance with that or other individuals. So I hate myself. I always grab on my tummy. Tina's a talking tummy. Oh my God, this is terrible. I hate myself. Oh my God, look, I used to suffer so bad from body dysmorphia when I was heavier, and social media was a nightmare for me.
Oh my God,
I took a pause for almost 9 months because I could not look on social media. These women were absolutely beautiful.
It's so true.
I grew up mentally and realized that it's not true life. However, I struggled with that so bad, and I had to pause from social media because I was doing I was mentally distraught. I would literally look at women like, oh my God, I wish I looked like that.
I wish I looked like that. And you would make yourself depressed. I had to unfollow Kylie Jenner.
And this is no shade to you, but that is an immature mind. As you grow and you mature, you realize
that like it's okay that other people look better than me.
Period. Right?
But I had to unfollow Kylie Jenner. I think I unfollowed every celebrity
that made you feel uncomfortable.
That made me,
but because it's not reality, it's fake.
But you know what I mean?
They have the
funds. They have the funds to do that. You know what I mean? But for me, I was like, damn, she looks so beautiful after having 2 kids. And not to say that Kylie Jenner didn't go through body dysmorphia, because you never know. You don't know. And social media is such a front.
Yes.
But I was like, damn, she looks so good. Like, I wish I could. But it was a torture. And I had to, for me, it was like out of sight, out of mind. And I had to unfollow her because I would deadass get tight. I'm not gonna. I would get upset because this
is a challenge for you though.
Yeah,
right? And for you or anybody that's dealing with this. And I'm only challenging you because I've been through it.
Yeah,
that is a time where you're gonna sit back and you're gonna analyze your maturity.
For sure,
your mindset maturity.
Yeah. Because why am I getting upset at somebody else for looking
good? Now I love women. I'm no. I don't know if I can say this, but I'm not a lesbian. But I love women.
I'm a girl's girl.
I'm a girl's girl. Okay, I'm a girl's girl. I love women. When I go out, it's so strange because women are always the first ones to compliment me. Like I recently was out in Texas, and a woman came up to me, was complimenting my cheekbones.
Oh, you do have nice cheekbones. I always look at them. Yeah.
Thank you.
They're very good.
But the point of that is that women have to stick together. Yeah. Right? So when you
lift each other
up. So when you love women and you give women compliments and you have that positive energy, you feel good about yourself and you get that same reciprocation. Like it comes back to you and you get that same energy that you start loving yourself. Yeah. So, but this takes time, a sense of growth, right? Because it is an immaturity thing, right? Because I noticed that as I grew as a person 3 years later, that I was when I took a social media break for 9 months because I drowned myself in loving other women and not loving myself. Yeah. So now that I've grown to love myself, I realized like, girl, your booty is amazing. I'm in the little booty committee. It's okay, but I'm still going to tell you that
to compliment
you
I'm not
are
gonna be like, oh,
amazing.
I'm annoyed. You know what I mean? And I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
It takes
so
growth.
mindset, growth. Look at yourself as an individual and as a woman, and really build that sense of security and manage your maturity level. Right? What can I do so that I can become more mature in my mindset, so that I can continue to love myself and grow? And I'm not a perfectionist, because I'm still growing as a person. I still struggle. I just struggled last week, which is why I consulted with a doctor.
Do you want to talk into that? Let's dive into that.
Yeah,
let's get off your notes real quick.
We're gonna dive into that.
So talk about it.
I recently went to get. I follow hundreds of plastic surgeons. If you follow my personal social media account, not my mom's that conquer. And I'm really obsessed with a flat tummy, right? Because if you knew me before, I had children. I was as flat as this wall, okay? Really and I had a little six pack, and now I got a little bubble, right? It's okay, right? So I started working out, and I've always said I'm going to have plastic surgery. Yeah. Right? This girl talks me out of it every time I mention it, right? But I am going to have plastic surgery. This is what I'm going to do, right? So I recently went to Houston, Texas, and I had a consultation with a doctor that I followed for almost 3 years now. Yeah. I'm obsessed with her work. Her hands are made from God. Like, she's phenomenal. And I had the courage, because that's what it takes. It takes pure courage to have this consultation, because it ain't free. You got to pay for it. Yeah. You have to be in a robe, bra and panty, in front of women that you don't even know. Yeah. Which that doesn't really bother me, but whatever. We all get waxed. Yeah. And it took courage. I walked into that office and I was a little anxious. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little anxious. Like, what are you doing, girl? And I was completely vulnerable with her, and I told her, like, I dislike my stomach. I need a new stomach. Like, just I didn't say make me pretty, because I am pretty, but I said, just give me a new stomach. Like, that's all we need. Like, cut this all out. Yeah. And she answered every single question I had with grace and patience. Super informative. But after I received the price, which we don't need to discuss, but I almost threw up.
It was up there.
It was way up there. And conversing with people that are close to me, and let's shy back a little bit to my husband's totally against plastic surgery. Not that I care, because I'm my own person, and I respect and love my husband, but I'm his wife, and he doesn't want to lose me on a surgery table, right? He's always made me feel beautiful, confident, sexy. Yeah. That was never the issue. So his support came from, do this for you.
I support you because this is what you want to do. I personally would not favor it, but I respect your decision.
And I'm not saying that you're going to do it still, but do this for you, right?
For sure.
Maybe this will make you feel better. So I went in there with two mindsets, that I'm either going to say, yay, here's my deposit, let's schedule a surgery day. We about it. We about to get this done. Or, nah, this is not for me. Yeah. And if you know, I was very adamant that this is what I'm going to do.
Every conversation.
Nobody could change my mind. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm a very strong-minded individual.
Stubborn.
What I say goes. I don't care what you say. Not that I don't respect you, because I respect everybody that's around me, but I just love to do things my way.
Yeah.
Right?
I think adamant is like such a nice positive word for stubborn.
Adamant. Adamant.
That's a really good synonym.
I would love to use hashtag. Hashtag Julie is stubborn. Okay, cool, whatever. So I thought about it, and I decided that I will not be going through with plastic surgery. And one of the reasons, there's several reasons why. We don't have to touch base on everything. And this is no shade to people that do plastic surgery. Like, I love you. I wish I was you, but I love my family. And I would never in my life, and God's purpose for me is to not walk around with a flat stomach, right? He wanted me to have children. He wanted me to help people. But I do not want to go to heaven because I died on a plastic surgery table, right? I love my family. I love my kids. And that will not be the reason why I go out. I want to go out for a good reason.
You're gonna take me.
Right?
You're gonna take me.
You're gonna take me good.
You're gonna take me good.
And I always had a very immature mindset with where I was just like,
if I die,
if I die, I die. Like, that's the way God wanted me to be out. But that's not how he wants me to go. No. Right? So I came to that realization. 2, I said, we're not going to talk all about them. I have like 10, but we'll do like 3. The money is crazy. I have goals and expectations of who I am as a person, and I want to conquer those goals because I'm a woman that conquers. I'm more than a conqueror, and I do not want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a body that I may hate.
And no shade to those who do.
No shade.
But for us, we would prefer to invest it in other things that are not our temples.
Let's get some Airbnbs
going. We're
right.
just being completely honest and transparent. No shade to how anybody wants to spend their money, but this girl wants to spend her money on a B&B. That's right.
That's right. And I'm going to be rich, y'all, and we're going to make this bigger. We're going to have thousands of followers, and I'm going to get investment properties, and that's what I want to do, and I'm going to own. And lastly, I have more, but we'll only touch on 3. I just said this to you. I had to really just sit down and love myself.
Love yourself.
And have a sense of maturity, and realize that I have 4 amazing children, and I had really hard pregnancies, and I'm still amazing, and I'm still beautiful, and those that love me, I love you for loving me. But I knew I love myself. And it took a little moment. It took a consultation, right?
To learn how to love
I'm not going to say that I won't have another consultation we made, but it took a little moment of clarity to say, this is not worth it. And I'm going to work really hard to do the best that I can to love my body. And it's going to get to where it needs to be. And then that's it.
Yeah. And I think
that's it.
I think that that's such a mature, and I think I told you that when you called me, and I said that is such a mature decision.
It is.
Because you took the initiative to go out, to have the conversation, to learn more, to then make the decision. It was either I'm going to do it or I'm not.
That's
but
right.
You know what I mean? And it was such whatever your decision was going to be was a mature route to that decision.
That's right.
I think that that's amazing.
It took courage. And that's what I'm all about now too. And I also read something, and I have it here in my notes. I follow Jay Shetty, which I love.
Oh, he's amazing.
If you don't follow him on Instagram. He's absolutely amazing. He speaks so much powerful things. So he recently posted a video, and he put, weak people focus on insecurities. Right? We'll say this again. Weak people focus on insecurities. Arrogant people focus on others' weaknesses. Strong people focus on their strengths. Focusing on others makes you weaker. Focusing on yourself makes you stronger.
That's really good.
So beautiful, so powerful. So I needed to read that, and I needed to see that, and I needed to realize that I need to just focus on myself so that I become the most amazing, strongest, powerful version of myself.
I think that's great. I think that that's phenomenal. It was a very
Thank you.
And focusing on yourself was that strong decision. You know,
isn't it crazy? Y'all got a little deep into my life, and I don't really like to get.
You don't have to share. That's what I was like. I put on the spot. I was like, forget these notes. We gonna talk.
I don't like to share. I'm like a little mystery in disguise.
She wants all of us to talk, but you gotta really pull from her.
You gotta pull from me to get out of me.
Yeah,
it's easy to just say I'm okay, right?
Oh yeah, I think that was really great. I think that's a phenomenal journey. Situation, how can I put it, like your own little subsection of your life.
It is. And again, I'm not saying it's over, right?
No,
I may get another consultation. My mind may revert back to thinking, oh, I want to do it. I may do it. You never know.
And this moment,
full disclosure, we're not going to do it.
But right? Full disclosure, Jess, and we want to really share this, just because Julie says I love myself enough not to do it doesn't mean that you don't love yourself if you want to do it. And I just want to throw that out. But this is like how we.
But do your research, ladies. Yeah, men, gentlemen, because these men be doing fake 6-packs.
They really do. Wild. Drake did that,
right?
He didn't even need to.
Yeah,
I'm not, and I know we're talking about dysmorphia, but I'm gonna be very real with you. I feel like a man can be any weight as long as you're funny, like. I'ma
Oh
like
yeah,
you.
yeah. I love me a
You
good.
know what? I
I love
feel
me
like
a
men can
good.
get away with
I
that.
love
Like,
me a funny
listen,
man.
I don't. So many people ask me like, "What's my type?" And I really don't feel like I have a type. Like, if you looked at all the men that I've dated in my life, they're all different.
No,
But I just love a good personality.
right.
Make me
That's
laugh
right.
and make me feel good. I'm
That's
gonna love
right.
you forever.
That's right. I'm with you on that.
You know what I
I don't
mean?
judge no man.
I don't judge men.
It comes down to a good personality.
It really
Just like with
does.
women, it comes down to confidence.
Yeah.
And with men, it comes down to personality. Make me laugh, make me giggle, and I love you. You
Yeah.
got me pregnant. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You made me laugh.
You know what I mean? Like,
But it's so true.
that's
and
just an opinion.
I no,
we just being real.
We crazy. I just think that it's important. I think that it was important for me to do this for myself, and like I said, if you do, like you said, excuse me, if you do decide to do this, do your research, like
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. It's so important. I follow these doctors for years on end and did my own personal research, and don't just risk your life just because you
I
don't
agree
feel
with
good
that.
about yourself. Not only do your research, but do your research on yourself. Analyze who you are as a person. Can you love
Is this
yourself?
gonna make you happy?
Right. Can
Because,
you love yourself
yeah.
enough to say, I don't want to do this?
Yeah. Or will you be happy with that end result?
That's
Because
right.
imagine spending all of that money, risking your
And you're
life,
botched.
and you're botched. You know what I mean? And now it's like, you know what? And to bring that up, there was this I think last year, 2 years ago, within the last 2 years, there was this movement, and tons of women were removing their breast implants
and their silicone,
and their silicone, and
their implants.
They were saying that they felt like their bodies were slowly dying, and that once they removed that foreign object, literally they felt like they felt that sense of love, like they never loved themselves beforehand. Yes,
that's another conversation we need to have, guys.
But they didn't love themselves. With that, because they truly knew that inside it wasn't who they were meant to be.
That's right. Goes back to that book. It's not who you're meant to be. There's a plan for everything. There's a purpose, right?
For sure.
So I know we went a little backwards, guys, but we went very deep. No, but it's okay.
I feel like it went well.
We stood within the main topic, and this is important, right? The point of Moms That Conquer is so that you guys can come on here, and I can be super vulnerable for you guys, and you guys come on here. But I want to touch base on what we personally think, and I don't have anything written down, so this is coming off my head, right? Because it says, when you struggle with body dysmorphia, you're constantly checking yourself in the mirror, you're avoiding mirrors, you're trying to hide your body under hat, scarf, makeup. I take that. I love makeup, so I don't care what they say. But you're constantly exercising. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Right? You're constantly comparing yourself to others, and you're always asking other people whether you look okay.
Oh, nice.
Right? Yeah. So those are struggles. Those are symptoms to determine if you go through that. So what I want us to end, and this will be our conclusion, is what do we feel is the best solution or tips to share with our audience on how to overcome these weaknesses, right? Avoiding mirrors. Do I look okay? Am I okay? And I think this is going to be hard for us because we are going through it ourselves, right? But my first tip, and we'll give them 5, is really doing positive affirmations.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Telling yourself every day that you're beautiful, that you're amazing, and whatever you're insecure about, make it a security. Right?
Yeah, that's a good one. It's so funny. I'm like trying to think of a tip, but all I'm seeing is myself looking in the mirror with my shirt up, because that's legit.
But that's what I'm saying.
This
is so hard, right?
Yeah.
And forgive me, guys. I'm writing this down for our own notation, and this is coming off our head, so this is pure honesty, right?
Yeah.
And this is it's hard because we go through it, right? But positive affirmations. I again, not pastors, but I think it's so, and you do this heavily. I think it's so important to pray.
Oh yeah.
Right? To pray every day. And she does this all the time.
I do.
Whether she's eating or walking or getting in the car, like all day she's praying.
I really am.
You do.
So
and true. I love that about you.
It's so cool that you noticed that, because I do it so unintentionally.
But you do it all the time.
But I do.
And I think that it's helpful, right? Because it brings you into a positive aspect. It makes you realize the positive. It brings you in a positive mindset. And it brings your connection closer to God, so that way that you can love yourself and really do the new you, right? Figure out your purpose on what it is that you're supposed to love about yourself.
It's so true. And it's funny because, you know, I think about like the prayers that I do when I do
Mhm.
feel insecure. And I really am just praying for God to help me, to teach me
Yeah,
how
how
to
to.
accept
That's
myself.
right.
And I do that a lot. And it's not like make me feel better. I never ask him. Well, maybe
Mhm.
sometimes I do, but it's more like teach me and show me how to love myself. Teach me and show me how to remove these negative feelings
Mhm.
and, you know, feel positive and things
Mhm.
like that. So yeah, definitely, yeah, that's a
Right.
big thing. And if it's not something that you guys do, I don't know if I can say this, but I highly recommend it
Highly
because
recommend it. And if not, then
it's
you can meditate. It's not the
and
same,
meditate, yeah, but
but
it's such a
it's still
good
positive.
feeling.
Yeah,
Oh
it
man.
is. It is.
So yeah, that's a good one. I want to say smile.
Yes, I
And
like that.
and I'm gonna tell you why. I learned this thing years ago when I tapped into my mental mindset growth, my mindset growth. And they said it is scientifically impossible to be angry or feel sad when you are smiling. Like genuinely try it. Like
Yes.
really smile and think of something bad,
But
and
don't
it's
do like
so
a
hard.
creepy
No, yeah,
smile when
like
you
we're not.
staring at people. Like
No, but like a something that I do when I
but
make.
smile when you're doing your positive affirmations.
Yes.
Smile when you pray. Smile when you look in the
Smile
mirror.
when you look in the mirror, and that's what I was gonna
Smile
say.
when you're angry.
When I take my, because I feel like we all take those like before photos.
We do.
So this really funny meme, and it was like, imagine taking you keep taking your before photos, but you're not doing anything, and you just have like a little flip book of you gaining weight.
That's terrible.
I smile when I take my before pictures, and I feel like a lot of people's before pictures, if you look at them, they're just like,
You don't want to see mine.
you're so sad and you're so depressed.
But that's good, right?
But smile when you take those before pictures because
it's
you're
looking where I'm
setting.
going.
Yes, it's not where you are; it's where you're headed.
That's right.
And you're setting yourself up with that positive affirmation by smiling. Like this is just the beginning.
Yes.
And I know I'm going to get farther. And so that smile really places that mindset of positivity going forward. So definitely smile.
I'm holding my fingers up. But number 4, I say writing. Right?
Oh, writing's good.
But this goes all the way back to what I've been saying. Write with purpose.
Yeah.
And when I say write with purpose, when you're writing, analyze who you are at a mature, like how mature you are.
Yeah.
Right. And when you write the things that you want to change, but make change. I want to change this, and this is how I'm going to change it. Don't just be intentional, like super intentional. But don't just write it to write it. Do it. Make the change. Yeah. Start a journal. Write down things that you do not like about yourself, just so you can get it out on paper, but do it while you're smiling.
Yeah, right? Write it out and then put. I feel like it's so important to write out, to journal all your emotions, even though it's a little time consuming, because sometimes I'll sit there and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to.
So negative.
I don't want to do it because I feel so negative. It's the same thing like working out. Sometimes when you don't feel yourself, you don't want to work out because I want to feel good. But no, you got to do it anyway, right? So if you feel negative, write that down. I feel negative. I feel awful about today. This is what I'm going, like, let it out. And then that last sentence, but this is what I'm going to do to change.
And then challenge yourself. Go back 30 days later and see how negative and unhappy you were. And if you're in that same boat, then maybe you need a therapist.
Yeah. But no, seriously, write it, let it out, and then be intentional in that last ending. So I think that's a great one.
Yes.
And then our 5th one. Make a change. Wouldn't that be it? Make a change. Make the change.
Hashtag make the change, right?
Make the change, right? If you are unhappy right now, acknowledge it, accept it, go through the storm and make that change, because there's always going to be an end to that storm. There's always going to be a light at the end of the tunnel.
What don't you like? Fix it.
Yeah.
Right? You're not going to...
You can't do... What does it say? Doing the same things and expecting a different outcome is just... It's not plausible, right? You can't keep doing the same things and expecting a different outcome. So
that's like like food, right? Yeah. You use food as an analogy. You're not gonna go ahead. You know what you dislike in food.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go and eat the same food over and over again to say, oh, maybe
one day I'll like it?
No, you hate it, right? So
Accept
you're not going
it.
to try
It's
it
okay.
again. Don't keep trying yourself.
Yeah.
Make a change.
Accept
Say,
it.
I don't like this food that I am. I don't like being a potato. So I am going to be a broccoli.
I don't want to be a starch.
I
don't want to be a healthy vegetable.
Oh my God. I make myself laugh at it. And you guys probably think I'm so corny, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's so true, right? Like,
no, yeah.
like that was probably a terrible analogy, but it's
so
okay.
funny.
I don't want to be. You don't want to be a potato no more. Nobody want to be a potato, right?
No.
Love yourself, right? So positive affirmations every day.
Yeah.
But the best way to do positive affirmations, and I think I mentioned this on previous segments, is to say them out loud.
Yeah.
Don't read them in your mind. Say them out loud.
You're confirming it.
Pray. Pray all day, every day. Every time that you feel any type of negative energy consume you, that is the devil, and we don't want him trying us.
Right? And if you don't believe in God, talk to the universe.
Right. Talk to the stars.
What you put out is what you get.
Right. It's okay if you don't. You have your own opinion. Everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah.
But the world is
Find
full of
outlet.
marvelous things.
Yeah.
There's birds, butterflies.
Whatever your
There's
higher
flies.
power
Go
is.
talk to your dog. I don't know. Smile. Do all of this while you're smiling.
Smile.
Show your cheekbones.
Hashtag whoever wants to collaborate with us, like as a hygiene brand, we'll put you right here.
Exactly. We'll put you here. Right? Smile, teeth whitening, whatever you got. It's so important to smile though too, because you also attract positive energy when you're. And I noticed that about myself. Some people say that I have a resting. I want to be approachable. Like I want people to come to me and talk to me and say like, how are you?
Wow, like you look so optimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get that.
Number 4, writing, but
Journal.
write with purpose. Journal, right? Do
Writing
it with purpose. Intention. Be intentional. Write. Set goals when you're writing of what it is that you want to change about yourself and make the change. No, I skipped it. Right? Writing.
No,
write what you want to change about yourself. Writing. Be intentional.
Let it all out, and then
number 5.
Write your be intentional, and then number 5 is your action. Yeah.
Number 5 is your action. Make the change.
Switch it up, y'all.
Make the change. Now, we will keep saying this while we close. We are not perfect. We are struggling. We are speaking from experience. This is easier said than done. We can probably cry tomorrow when we look in the mirror. Who's to say that we won't? But we are going to focus on these 5 things as well. Yeah. Right? We'll make sure we write the
things we do, but this is something that we can also work on.
Right.
Whatever. Julie may have not, like she said, she doesn't pray as often, and that's something that she wants to do.
Yeah. Where she does, right?
Or even like journaling, and whatnot. So we're definitely going to be practice what we preach.
We are going to practice what we preach, and we're going to come back to this segment, and we're going to talk about it, right? She may be skinnier, I may have a tummy tuck, like who knows, right? But we really do love you guys, and you guys are amazing. You guys are all beautiful, our men and our women. We love our men too. We love y'all. We do. Y'all some amazing, supportive creatures. Thank you for loving us women, because we go through so much and we cray. This is truly, truly amazing for both of us, right? Because we've both been struggling lately, and we just wanted to share this with you guys. If you have any questions, tips, concerns, please comment. Our YouTube video link will be in our profile. And if this did not help you and you're still struggling, seek a therapist. Do something that's going to be beneficial for you and help you, because we want you all to be positive and love yourselves. This new year is to love who you are. Hashtag do the new you. If you haven't, read the book, okay?
I agree.
Thank you for watching. This is Moms That Conquer, and we love you. Bye.